Yes, you read that title right. I'm 10 years in, actually nearly 11 this spring, and I don't know where the market is going. Anybody that tells you that they 100% know what is going to happen next is absolutely full of trash and someone you need to completely avoid listening to. Now, do I think I have a high likelihood, a high probability of where price is going? Yes, especially because I'm a higher time frame trader and a swing trader as well. So my overall longer term, medium term outlook is very good, and a lot of the time it plays out. But I still don't know 100% of the time what is going to happen. And the point of this video today is actually to try and shift your mindset in terms of the way you think, because a lot of traders, a lot of struggling traders, a lot of people that come on board for me at the start, they come with the mindset of, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm right? It's very much a yes, no sort of, it's like a gamble every trade in terms of, am I going to be right? Am I going to be wrong? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Take it from me, who's been around a long time now. You're going to have losses. I have losses. I had 2 losing weeks in January. You're going to have losses, but I've still been profitable every month. What I'm getting at here is focus on the things that you can control. So you can control the amount of risk per trade that you take. Make sure it's consistent and make sure you're thinking in terms of percentage gain. Let's keep it simple, 0.5%, okay, per trade that you're risking, every single trade. Doesn't matter what your accounts balance goes up to and scales up to or goes down to, depending on if you're winning or losing, it's always 0.5%, okay? So it's accurate and it's true. The second caveat to that is then you take at least a minimum of 1 to 3 risk reward, and that's what I do to this day. These are then the factors that you can control every time. Because again, if I see a pending optimal setup, but the risk reward isn't quite good enough, what do? I sit on my hands. I don't take it because it doesn't fit my risk management plan. And your risk management aspect of your edge is very much more the psychological side of your edge compared to the strategical, the technical side. Because we can all have the best strategy in the world, but if you can't execute it, you can't keep this in check, it's rendered completely useless. So when you do have that healthy risk to reward, when the trade is playing in your favor, when you do have those inevitable winning trades, you scale in, you press your advantage, and that 3% may become 4%, 4.5%, 5%, 6%. You get the picture. So they outweigh the losses. Even if you have 2, 3, or 4 on the bounce, you're still profitable by the end of the month and the end of the quarter. Don't focus on the days, don't focus on the weeks, focus on the month and the quarter, okay? Think a bit more long term, because then again, it will take the emotional stress off you and the panic of, oh my God, I've had 2 losing days, or I've had a losing week. And then it carries into the next week and it's an absolute spiral effect and it's catastrophe. So I always say to traders, think about getting as much probability in your favor. What is the corresponding index doing? What is it doing on the weekly and monthly as well? That's what top trumps all the other time frames below it. They are the most trustworthy. Get that index in sync with the corresponding pair. Is that corresponding pair in sync on, again, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the higher time frames that are trustworthy? If you've done that before you even then look at it in terms of entries of the trade, then you know already you're stacking as much probability and direction in your favor. And then if it doesn't go in your favor, then it doesn't go in your favor. But that's a hell of a lot easier to deal with here compared to going into a trade where you've not done your due diligence, you've not checked the index, or you were out of sync, or you've rushed things or over leveraged. That really starts to play and take a toll up here. That then leads you to your over trading and frustration naturally. So just take on board some of these points that I've said, because if you can stay strict to these points, you will see, and I mean this, and probably fairly quickly, a fairly quick turnaround in terms of the results you're starting to see at the end of each month, and most importantly, at the end of each quarter. Take your time with the process. Don't rush things. Be very picky, okay? Anything less than optimal is absolutely not okay, okay? So I hope that helps. I just wanted to pop on here and have a bit of a talk about it while it was on my mind, because it's a super important concept and so many struggling traders fail to grasp it at the start. But when they do, it can genuinely be life-changing. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.